Good evening and welcome everyone to the City of Asylum, Pittsburgh 8th Annual Jazz Poetry Concert. Hello to everyone here and everyone of our friends around the United States and those watching the concert broadcast live on the internet. My name is Pamela Pennywell. I'm the Development and Events Manager at the Young Men and Women's African Heritage Association. Thank you. Tonight, instead of one MC, City of Asylum Pittsburgh will feature a team of MCs for this evening's concert. Each of us represents an organization that contributes to the vitality and diversity that the North Side is known for. City of Asylum Pittsburgh's goal tonight is to highlight the community in which this annual concert takes place. Each MC will come to the stage, briefly introduce themselves, then welcome the next performer. Once again, my name is Pamela Pennywell, and this is my 30-second speech. We are an arts education agency here on the North Side. We're located 2 blocks from AGH and a block from Federal Street, which is Boyle Street. We have arts education and cultural programs to children, youth, adults, and seniors. Our programs are only as essential as our partnerships and collaborations in the North Side and around the region, such as with City of Asylum Pittsburgh, Kente Arts Alliance, the Children's Museum, the Carnegie Museum of Pittsburgh, Andy Warhol, and also Artist Imagery and PCTV. So we do a lot of partnerships to make sure that children, youth, and adults get all the cultural, arts, and educational programs they can handle. So tonight, City of Asylum Pittsburgh has a full lineup of poets from around the world and some very talented jazz artists for you to enjoy. A short version of tonight's program is printed on the back of the sheet that you received on registration. Please hold on to the sheet as we will be referring to it through the evening. Okay, the first person always gets so much. Now for housekeeping. Tonight's activities will last approximately 2 hours. There are no intermissions. Therefore, if you need to take a break, get a snack, or use the restrooms, which are located in the lobby, please do so as quietly and as quickly as possible and try to do it in between performers. If you do need snacks, there's a food truck from Frankuary, and it's parked directly outside the theater. If you are taking photos, we ask that you do not use your flash. Some performers, and I'm sure some of you in the audience, have conditions that are dangerously aggravated by flashing lights. So the house lights will be turned up several times during the evening to make photography easy, and after the concert, City of Asylum Pittsburgh will post photos that you can share. This year's concert is being webcast live at www.livestream.com/jazzpoetryconcert. You are encouraged to share your tweets or share your pictures with the world at #jazzpoetry or at City of Asylum PGH. If you are not tweeting, posting, or texting, we ask that you please turn off your phones as a courtesy to the performers and your fellow audience members. Please turn off your ringers. Believe me, you're going to have a lot to appreciate tonight without the added distractions. So once again, we offer our thanks, and we hope that you enjoy City of Asylum Pittsburgh 8th Annual Jazz Poetry Concert. Thank you.
I'm Paul Johnson, president of the Mexican War Street Society. I'll be introducing our first poet tonight, Ket Mar. First, a brief word about the Mexican War Street Society. Tomorrow is our 43rd annual house tour, and it is the oldest, the largest, and I can say with complete impartiality, the best house tour in Pittsburgh. We hope that there will be a spillover from tonight. The house tour is the way we raise money to fund our neighborhood programs, and we are embarking on a new program this year of grants to low and middle income residents of the neighborhood to provide restoration services for their homes. And we are a preservationist society, so we are committed to the preservation of our architectural heritage, but we are also committed to our neighbors and in providing support for the families that live here. Ket Mar is a writer, a poet in exile from a country called Myanmar now. It used to be Burma. And she has been a resident in the Cities of Asylum Pittsburgh program for 3 years. She lived here with her husband and 3 children. I'm sorry, 2 children. Added a child there. She is now in Washington, D.C., doing broadcast journalism for Radio Free Asia. And we are very, very happy to welcome her back here tonight. She's going to begin by reading one of her poems in Burmese, and on the screen up here, there will be an English translation. Following that, she's going to be conducting an interview with a writer in Burma who is in hiding. And he spent the years 1999 to 2007 in prison. When he was released from prison, his wife was imprisoned. And tonight, as we sit here, his 2 children are without parents and without support. His crime? He told the world what was going on in his own country. So let's all welcome Ket Mar.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. Anna, တိုက်ထိုက်ဆိုင်ဆိုင်ဘဝကိုအငြင်းငွေဆုံးကာလမှာဘဝအတွက်အားတက်ဖွယ်အကောင်းဆုံးသတင်းကိုကြားရတယ်။ကျမကြုံနေရမယ့်လမ်းပေါ်ကနေကျမရှိမနေခြင်းကွက်လက်ကိုအမှုမဲ့အမှတ်မဲ့ဖြတ်တန်းကသူတို့ပြန်လာကြပြီ။နတ်ဝင်တဲ့ရဲ့ထက်သန်မှုမျိုးနဲ့အနာဂတ်စီသွားရလမ်းကလေးကိုဖောက်သူကဖောက်ပြင်သူကပြင်သူတို့အင်အားတွေရွှေရောင်တောက်သူတို့ဖြစ်တည်မှုတွေစိန်လိုမှာကြောလာချိန်မှာကျမကတော့ဗျံပရာခုန်နေတဲ့နှလုံးသားကိုထိမ့်ချုပ်ရင်းရီမောချင်းရွှွန့်စည်းတွေကိုမျက်ရည်နဲ့မှန်ပြီးမျောလင့်ချက်အယောင်ချဲထားတဲ့ကွဲလေပွက်လေကြိုးလေးကွဲလေပဲ့လွယ်အိုးလေးတစ်လုံးသွန်းမိခဲ့တာကလွဲလို့ဘာမှမလုံနိုင်ခဲ့ပါသူတို့ရဲ့နေ့တူဝကိစ္စတွေကကျမအတွက်တော့ဒုံတပဖြစ်နေခြင်းဟာသူတို့နဲ့ကျမကြားကအဟဒါကြောင့်လဲသူတို့ကသူတော်စင်တွေအဖြစ်နေရန်တွေထက်ထက်ကြားမှာလွတ်မြောက်ခဲ့ပြီးကျမကပုထုဇဉ်အဖြစ်လေဟာနေထဲမှာအကျဉ်းကျမောဟတွေနဲ့လောင်မြိုက်နေခဲ့တာကျမမုန်းတဲ့ကိန်းကနန်းတွေကိုပေါင်းလိုက်လို့ဖြစ်သွားတဲ့နံပါတ်စင်တွေကိုနှိပ်ရှင်တထိတ်ထိတ်နဲ့စောင့်နေရတာကပဲကြီးကျယ်သောကြိုးပမ်းမှုဖြစ်ခဲ့စัจ java လာရဲ့အစိတ်ပိုင်းတစ်ခုစီအငွေ့အမြင်လိုလူးလွန်၍လျာပြီးတော့တန်မဏိနန်းကျိုးလီတဲ့ဓာတ်တစ်ခုအဖြစ်စီးဝင်သွားပြီးမှကျမနှလုံးသားတစ်ဖက်ကိုလှီးယူသွားတဲ့ဓာတ်ကပြန်လာခဲ့တဲ့နှလုံးသားဒဏ်ရာကတစင်းစင်းထွက်နေတဲ့သွေးကိုတဖြည်းဖြည်းချင်းပြန်ဆုပ်ညူနေရတာကျမကိုယ်ထဲမှာသွေးတွေကုန်သွားမှဆိုလို့ပါဘယ်လိုပုံစံနဲ့ပဲဖြစ်စီခန္ဓာကိုယ်ထဲမှာသွေးတွေဆက်လဲပတ်နေမှကျမ ကြိုးစားနိုင်မယ်လေလူတိုင်းဥတည်နေတဲ့ပြီးဆုံးချင်းစီမရောက်ခင်ခီးတစ်ဆောင်မှာအင်ကိုတစ်ထောက်ပြန်ဝင်ဖို့သူတို့ဖောက်နေတဲ့လမ်းပေါ်မှာကျမနိုင်တဲ့လောက်တည်လာတဲ့ကြောက်ခဲလေးတွေဖြည့်ဖို့ကျမသွန်းထားတဲ့အိုးကလေးတွေကန့်ငေါ်ပန်းတွေထိုးဖို့ Thank you Hello ကိုငိမ့်တေမင်္ဂလာပါလို့ Facebook ကနေနှုတ်ခွန်းဆက်ပါတယ်ရှင်
မင်္ဂလာပါ Pittsburgh ကမိတ်ဆွေများခင်ဗျာခက်မှာကိုလည်းမင်္ဂလာပါလို့နှုတ်ဆက်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်မြန်မာပြည်ကနေအခုလိုစကားပြောဖို့နှုတ်ဆက်ခွင့်ရတဲ့အတွက်အများကြီးကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
You have been in prison many times but in 1999 You were arrested and sentenced to 8 years in prison for your role in producing an authorized video documentary. What kind of documentary you were producing?
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ကျွန်တော်1986ခုမှိုင်းရပြည်တုန်းကလည်းပဲကျွန်တော်ထောင်ကျခဲ့ပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီတော့မန်လေးတက္ကသိုလ်ကျောင်းသားများလှုပ်ရှားမှုမှာပါဝင်ခဲ့လို့ထောင်ကျတာပါဒီဘက်ပိုင်းကျတော့69နိုဝင်ဘာလမှာတစ်ကြိမ်ပေါ့လေအဲ့ဒီဟာတော့ဗာလဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်ပြည်တွင်းကနေပြီးတော့သတင်းဆောင်မတွေကိုပြည်ပထုတ်ဝေတဲ့သတင်းစာနယ်စင်တွေဂျာနယ်တွေမှာပေးပို့ခဲ့လို့ဖြစ်ပါတယ်နောက်ပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကဒီဟောပေါ့အာရမလောဝဘေးခိုင်းစေမှုတွေလောရွာတွေမှာခိုင်းနေမျိုးပြတွေမှာလည်းပဲခိုင်းနေအဲ့ဒါတွေကျွန်တော်တို့ကဗီဒီယိုမှတ်တမ်းကိုရိုက်ပြီးတော့ပေးပို့ခဲ့တယ်အဆိုးဝါးဆုံးကတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ထောင်ထဲကနေပြီးတော့ရဲဘက်တွေထုတ်ပြီးတော့အသက်အန္တရာယ်ရှိတဲ့အလုပ်တွေကိုခိုင်းစေမှုပါအဲ့ဒါတွေကိုကျွန်တော်တို့မှတ်တမ်းတင်ရိုက်ကူပြီးတော့ပြည်ပသတင်းဌာနတွေကိုပေးပို့နိုင်ခဲ့ပါတယ်
Political prisoners in Burma are tortured without compassion. When they interrogated and tortured me, I repeated to myself, this awful time will not be forever. This is going to end soon. I told myself that I didn't have to reveal the name of my partners. How did you face that terrible experience?
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ထောက်လိုင်းရေးအကျဉ်းစခန်းတွေစစ်ကြောရေးစခန်းတွေကအလွန်မတန်ဆိုးဝါးပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီစစ်ကြောရေးစခန်းမှာတေဆုံးသွားတဲ့လူတွေလည်းမနေတော့ပါဘူးတချို့ဆိုရင်လည်းနားမျက်စိတွေခန္ဓာကိုယ်တွေချိုယွင်းပြီးတော့ဆုံးရှုံးမှုတွေကြုံနေရပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လည်းပဲ24ရက်တီမနားမနေပေါ့မအိပ်ရပဲနဲ့ကျွန်တော်စစ်ကြောတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ညီမျိုးစုံနဲ့နှိပ်စက်တာခံရတယ်လက်ကိုလက်ထိတ်ခတ်ပြီးတော့ထုတ်တန်းမှာကျိုးဆွဲထားတာတို့ထိုင်ထားအချိန်1400လောက်ရတာတို့ဒီကြောက်စတဲ့ခဲတွေပေါ်မှာဒူးထောက်ပြီးတော့သွားတာတို့မျိုးစုံမှာပဲဒီခြေသလုံးပေါ်မှာမြင်းလုံးလိမ့်တာတို့ဒီဟာတွေကတော့တခြားလူတွေလည်းပဲကြုံတွေ့ရတာပါပဲအဲ့ဒီလိုဆိုးဝါးကြုံတွေ့နေရတဲ့အချိန်မှာကျွန်တော်ကကြပြာဆရာတယောက်ဖြစ်နေတဲ့အခါမှာကြပြာတွေပေါ်မှာရေးစိုက်ပြီးကြပြာတွေပေါ်မှာစားပေါ့လေဝင်စားပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်ကြိုဖြတ်တာဖြစ်ပါတယ်နောက်ပြီးတော့အကြောက်တရားတွေကိုကျွန်တော်အမှန်တရားကိုချစ်တဲ့စိတ်နဲ့ကြိုဖြတ်ရမယ်ဆိုတဲ့စိတ်ဓာတ်မျိုးနဲ့လည်းပဲကျွန်တော်ကြိုဖြတ်ခဲ့ပါတယ်
Your literary work has also brought you troubles with the government. Why do you do what you do? What do you hope your work accomplishes? Why is freedom to create literature important in repressive society?
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့အနုပညာသမားတွေအတွက်လွတ်လွတ်လပ်လပ်အနုပညာဖန်တီးခွင့်ရဖို့အလွန်အရေးကြီးပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်ဒီ69 match လောက်မှာဆိုရင်ကျွန်တော်ရဲ့ မဂ္ဂဇင်းတစ်ခုမှာပါတယ်ဆောင်းပါးတစ်ခုကြောင့်မဂ္ဂဇင်းအရေးကြီးခြင်းခံရပါတယ်ဒီအတွက်လည်းပဲကျွန်တော်ကိုစာပေစီစီရခေါ်ယူတတိပေးတာတွေလုပ်ခဲ့တယ်နောက်ပြီးကြတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့1998ဒီပေါ့ဒေါအောင်ဆန်းစုကြည်ရဲ့ခင်မွန်းဒေါက်တာမိုက်ကယ်အေးပွဲလွန်တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဝမ်းနဲ့အမှတ်တရကြပြားရေးကြတယ်ဆရာကြီးမင်းသူဝင်တို့ဆရာဦးတင်မိုးတို့မုံရွာအောင်ရှင်တို့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဖြာပုံကြီးလုံးဦးတို့အစရှိသဖြင့်ရေးကြတယ်အဲ့ဒါတွေအားလုံးအဲ့မှာရေးခဲ့တဲ့ကြပြားဆရာ9ဦးကိုကလောင်ပိတ်ခဲ့ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့သတင်းတွေကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့ဓာတ်ပုံတွေကျွန်တော်တို့ဖန်တီးတဲ့အမှုပညာတွေဆက်လက်ဖန်တီးဖို့မရဘူးအဲ့ဒီ service စီးရညွှန်ကြားရေးမှုစပွဲဒီမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ blacklist ဖြစ်နေတင်သွင်းထားတာဖြစ်ပါတယ် ကျွန်တော်တို့စာပေအမှုပညာသမားတွေအတွက်ဒီပြည်သူလူထုရဲ့ရတဲ့ရလိုက်တဲ့အခွင့်အရေးတွေဒီမိုကရေစီအခွင့်အရေးတွေအမှုပညာဖန်တီးခွင့်တွေရဖို့လိုပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီအတွက်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကတိုက်ပွဲဝင်နေတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
Thank you so much from Pittsburgh ကိုငိမ့်တေကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ကိုငိမ့်တေ
ကျွန်တော်လည်း Pittsburgh ကမိတ်ဆွေတွေကိုကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်မတ်တမကိုလည်းကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
Burmese poet ငိမ့်တေ Thank you
Good evening. Hello, I'm Gail Austin, and co-founder and managing director of Kente Arts Alliance. Formed in 2007, Kente Arts Alliance is an African-American small arts organization whose mission is to present high-quality art of the African diaspora. Kente's aim is to present art with a purpose by presenting programs that entertain, inform, and uplift the residents of underserved communities. We are located here on the north side in Manchester, and we're happy to announce that on September 22nd, we will be presenting the legendary drummer and NEA jazz master, Roy Haynes. Just give him a hand, come on. That concert will be held here in New Hazlet, and like Pam Pennywell before me, we all collaborate because there are so many arts organizations and institutions and well-known Pittsburgh artists who live here on the north side.
Good evening. My name is Mensa Wali. I'm the artistic director of Kente Arts Alliance. Oliver Lake is known as a great jazz musician and composer. And without Oliver Lake, there would be no jazz poetry concert as we've come to know it, either here or on Sampsonian Way. He's helped City of Asylum develop this concept and has brought many variations of his skill to the fore. It's manifested in the World Saxophone Quartet, Jerry Allen with Trio 3, the Oliver Lake organ ensemble, his big band. Last year it was Tar Baby. Tonight we will probably witness the most unusual of them with the Steel Quartet. So
We're kind of doing this in tandem. So we are proud that Oliver also lives on Sampsonia Way 365 days a year. But not in person, of course, but in Jazz House at 324 Sampsonia Way, for which he created the artwork on the facade. Oliver is also a wonderful poet who speaks passionately and intelligently and critically about real life stuff, as you already know if you have come to jazz poetry before. So before he and the Steel Quartet play, we have asked him to read one of his poems, Pittsburgh. Let's welcome back Oliver Lake.
See everybody here tonight. Standing Your Ground 2012. I thought it would be like that upon hearing of that law. Stand your ground. Hunger Games for real. He who feels threatened, what does it take to feel threatened? How about he was looking at me? He didn't seem right. He looked like he was up to something. I was uncomfortable in his presence. He was walking faster and faster. It was dark. I never seen him around here before. He put his hand in his pocket. Therefore, I had no choice, had to blow him away. As painful as it was for me, but I had no choice. Home of the brave, land of the free, standing our ground in 2012, gun at my side. What have we learned? Gun at my side. Where do we go from here? Gun at my side, standing your ground, 2012.
So, Pittsburgh, they say variety is the spice of life. Here we have Mr. Variety himself, Oliver Lake. Let's welcome the band, Damon Duwhite on drums. Lyndon Achi on steel pan. Michelle Indege Ocello, special guest on bass. Brother Variety himself. Oliver Lake, steel quartet.
President Archie. Michelle and Otello. Damon Du White. Pittsburgh. Right now, we'd like to feature Michelle in a piece called For Women.
My skin is black. My arms are long. My hair is woolly. My back is strong. Strong enough to take the pain. It's been inflicted again and again. What do they call me? My name is Aunt Sarah. My skin is yellow. My hair is long. Between two worlds, I do belong. My father was rich and white. He forced my mother late one night. What do they call me? My name is Saffronia. My skin is tan. My hair is fine. My hips invite you. My mouth like wine. Who's the little girl am I? Anyone with money to buy. What do they call me? My name is Sweet Thing. My skin is brown. My men are tough. I'll kill the first mother I see. My life's been rough. I'm awfully bitter these days, 'cause in my sadness I'm enslaved. What do they call me?
Thank you. This next piece is called Song for Jay. Thank you. And for our last piece on this set, it's a piece called Socket. Raymond Dwight, Lyndon Achi, Michelle and Cello, Oliver Lake Art and Steel Quartet.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Barbara Tallarico, and I'm the president of the Central North Side Neighborhood Council. Yeah. By the end of 2015, the council's goal is to transform all of our neighborhood's vacant lots and empty storefronts by filling them with thriving individuals, commerce, and families of all kinds. Arts organizations are important to neighborhood development because of their positive effect on our mind, body, and spirit. We're honored that City of Asylum Pittsburgh has chosen the Central North Side as its headquarters. Together, we are building one of Pittsburgh's hippest, safest, most creative, and diverse neighborhoods. Before I introduce our next speaker, I'm going to announce the winners of tonight's raffle. There are 4 winners, and winners, you can claim your prizes at the merchandise table in the registration area after the concert. The winner of the first raffle, which is a Carnegie Museum's family membership and a signed copy of Salman Rushdie's Shalimar the Clown, is Alicia Salvadeo of 15219. Congratulations. Raffle 2 is a $25 gift card to the Monterey Pub, a $25 gift card to Rita's Italian Ice, ooh, and a signed copy of Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka's memoir, You Must Set Forth at Dawn. That winner is Carla Payne from 15206. Our third raffle winner has won 4 tickets to the South Park Theater, a signed broadside of a Huanzhong poem, and 4 Bistro to Go gift cards. That winner is Robert Kieser of 15213. And the winner of the 4th raffle is for a one-night stay at the Inn on the Mexican War Streets and a City of Asylum Pittsburgh t-shirt is Katie Sullivan, representing 15212. Congratulations to all the winners. If you want your own City of Asylum Pittsburgh t-shirt, you can purchase one in the lobby. Henry wanted me to remind folks about flash photography. Please hold your flashes. In 2009, City of Asylum Pittsburgh started an online magazine on literature, free speech, and social justice. Just like City of Asylum Pittsburgh protects persecuted writers on Samsonia Way, and just like City of Asylum Pittsburgh celebrates creativity in events like jazz poetry, its magazine seeks to protect writers and celebrate creative expression on the web. It's appropriate, then, that the magazine is named after the street that we would have been on tonight, samsoniaway.org. The editor of the magazine is Sylvia Duarte. Sylvia is a highly regarded journalist and editor from Guatemala. Before coming to Pittsburgh, she ran the Sunday supplement for El Periódico, the equivalent of the New York Times Sunday magazine. Sylvia has lived on Samsonia Way since 2007, and she brings us a wealth of international experience. She also knows what the life of a persecuted writer is like, since her husband is Horacio Castellanos Moya, Horacio, the second writer in the City of Asylum, Pittsburgh's Exiled Writer Program. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Sylvia here tonight to speak briefly about samsoniaway.org. Sylvia.
Thank you. So, samsoniaway.org is an online magazine published by City of Asylum, Pittsburgh, just like Barbara told us. It gives a virtual safe space to endangered writers from around the world, much like City of Asylum does by providing homes for exiled writers here in Pittsburgh. In the magazine, we have everything, from original long-form journalism to interviews with writers and human rights figures around the world. And we also cover Pittsburgh and the North Side. We do not promote political or religious ideologies. We do defend the freedom to speak one's mind. That's why we have published work from people who not only speak their minds, but who do it fearlessly, at great personal risk. These writers know that their works can result in persecution or time in jail. In a very personal way, we have found this to be true. Orlando Pardo, our fearless columnist from Cuba, was arrested just 1 week ago. Luckily, he is now free. When we ask these writers how readers can help, they answer by sharing my articles, by sharing my stories, by sharing the story of my country, the situation of my country. Let me give you an example why the writers asked for this. King Ling, a poet from Burma, was offered asylum in Australia because a government official read the article we wrote in samsoniaway.org. Writers need readers. We all know that, right? So together we make impact. Please go home. Take a look at samsoniaway.org. It's free. Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. I can't see any of you. My name is Laura Mustio, and I am the administrative assistant for City of Asylum Pittsburgh, as well as the project manager for this evening's concert. How is everybody enjoying it? Good. I'm here to talk with you tonight about City of Asylum's mission and the reason that we're here this evening. City of Asylum Pittsburgh does a lot of different things. As the only grassroots organization of its kind, we maintain an exiled writer program, host readings, and put together an annual spring literary festival. All of our events are always free to the public. We are also going to be breaking ground in December on a new literary center here in the North Side. The center will have a bookshop, a performance space, and a small cafe, and it's intended to be a place where people can gather for events and a place where people can come for things like writing workshops and classes. The mission of City of Asylum Pittsburgh is to create a safe home for writers, readers, and for our neighbors. We defend and celebrate creative free expression, and we passionately seek to embed the literary arts into the soul of our community. We think that writing and reading liberate the imagination, and in doing so, empower us to lead fulfilled lives as individuals, as a community, and as a democratic society. Unfortunately, the imagination can be a challenging thing to authority, and writing can be a very dangerous profession. Last year, a writers' organization called International PEN documented 888 cases of persecution, ranging from censorship to murder. That was just in 1 year. Tonight, we will take a moment to remember that behind these statistics are people, real, courageous people. Some, like Ketmar, who I've had the opportunity to get to know over the past couple of years, have kids who love summer camp and dancing and making their own artwork. Some of them have family members that they may never get the chance to see again. Last year, City of Asylum began a campaign to protest censorship and the persecution of writers. And tonight, we will begin a new phase of this campaign in which we'll call attention and pay tribute to the writers who put so much at risk for us and for their art. When you registered this evening, each of you were given a sheet of paper with the name and story of one of those 888 writers. And in a few moments, I'm going to ask you to raise that sheet in front of you in tribute to them. These lights will be turned down, and a black light will make each name glow. As the lights change and then dim again, I would ask that you continue to hold up your sheet for just a few more moments. The video and photos that are recorded will become a part of City of Asylum's campaign to protest the persecution of writers. It will be the first time that a city has come together in an effort like this, and it will further Pittsburgh's reputation as a city that cares about art, cares about artists, and continues to be a leader in defending human rights. So if I can have everybody get their names here, and if I can have you hold it up, that looks, wow, wow, it's amazing. Just take a look around. I'm going to ask that we take this last moment to pay tribute to not only the names that are on the sheets that you're holding, but also to remember the writers who have been in the past and who may continue to be in the future persecuted. Thank you. So, So at this time, I would like to invite you to enjoy the rest of this evening's concert. Before I go, while I still have the mic, I need to thank the more than 80 volunteers that it took to make this happen. Thank you. I don't know if any of you were on the north side this morning, but there was a small hurricane, and we had a very dedicated crew out there hanging door hangers in it. So extra cheer for them. So just thank you all so much for being here. It's great to see so many familiar faces out there, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
present at a conversation between two people who were very different from one another. One would say in simple and profound sentences some truth that she had taken to heart, and the other would listen in silence. And then, when reflection had done its work, the second person would reply, sometimes in almost the same words, just a bit more precisely, or a bit more loosely, or with a strange turn of phrase. And it was obvious that the first person had learned a great deal from hearing her own words repeated, not because the second person agreed with her, on the contrary. Hearing another repeat what she had said in the first person was like hearing her thoughts completely anew, as if originally spoken by someone else, yet echoing the very unknown of her own thought. Saying 2 times the same thing. In some sense, it's as if the speech had come from neither of them, but from the very space between them. To speak non-violently is to recognize that speech is necessarily polite. It is between people, and it is always incomplete. It's what occurs in the exchange between people, and it is not reducible to the words of any one person in the conversation.
Dos pudo haber sido. Y se abrió el cielo y cayó el rayo. El ministro salió de los pisos intermedios de la torre. Luego de la azotea tomó un helicóptero hacia un nuevo despacho en un fuerte militar. Comenzaron a clausurarnos, a picar los respaldos de las operaciones. Encendieron las máquinas y guillotinaron millones de folios, expedientes, y a nosotros también nos arrumaron junto a los papeles inútiles y nos dieron sobretiempo de trabajo. No podíamos volver a nuestra casa. Era urgente, el destino del país dependía de inutilizar esos papeles, desechos, basuras, y comenzamos a lanzar papeles por los fosos de los ascensores. Los ductos de la basura eran insuficientes, y luego un hombre cercano al ministro lanzó al director del departamento a empujones. Deben rodar cabezas, dijo. Por eso se ha quedado. Apela a nuestro patriotismo, a nuestro futuro, al miedo, a nuestros hijos. And then a man closed the minister, tossed the head of the department in with the rest of them. Head shall roll his fate. That's why he stayed, appealing to our patriotism, to our future, to fear, to our children. El hombre del ministro un día lanzaba a la gerente de Relaciones Internacionales y al día siguiente al gerente de prensa. De inmediato cerraba sus oficinas, mandaba a pintar las ventanas de negro y ponía a un perro de guardia en la puerta. Cerraron nuestro departamento, luego el piso. No nos lanzaron a todos dentro de estos espacios. Comenzaron a llamarnos archivos muertos. No volvieron a casa a pesar de haber quedado sin luz y con poca agua, desdibujados a la sombra y a la merced de los perros. The man from the minister's office threw out the director of international relations one day, and on the next it was the press secretary. Immediately he closed the office and ordered the window painted black and posted a guard dog at the door. They closed our department and then the entire floor. They didn't throw us all into those space. They started calling us the dead archive. They didn't return to their home, despite being left with no light and very little water, faded in the shadow at the mercy of the dog. Everything was over, and we ended in a blur.
Wosa, are you there? Hello? Hello, are you there?
Hello, 匹兹堡。
Wosa, your books have been banned. You are under house arrest. Are you not permitted to hold a job or leave China or accept awards? What's going on?
一种网络的技术，比如我们这边叫做翻墙，才能看得到我的博客。另外呢，我自己是的也没有自由，就是说，做看不见的西藏，就是说，我通过我的写作，我的文字，给大家讲述了一个，中国官方它被中国官方所掩盖的一个西藏，也可以说是讲述了我所知道的真实的西藏。所以在这种情况下，而在中国的话，说真话是非常政府是不高兴的。所以，尤其是讲真实的西藏的话，那中国政府呢，他是非常恼怒的，很生气的，所以就这么压制我。
I'll make this quick because I know your Skype is being hacked. And how can we help you? What can we do for your people?
所以我不能够实现我去美国的这样的一个愿望。那今天在这，我只是非常的，就很感动，有这样的能够有这样的一个机会跟这些我不认识的、陌生的，但是关心西藏的这样的听众说些这些话，我已经感到很满足了。所以呢，我的唯一的一个希望就是说，希望世界。更多的人能够就是关注一下西藏，关注藏人的境况。
Would you read us a poem?
我想读一首诗在这里。这首诗我也是用中文写的，是写于2007年。这首诗的名字叫做《一张纸居然也会变成一把刀》。一张纸居然会变成一把刀，而且比较锋利。我只是想翻开下一页，右手无名指的关节却被划伤了。虽然伤口很小，却也渗出丝丝的血，微微的痛，让我暗暗惊讶这一蜕变。突然之间，连纸也变成刀，这需要怎样的失误，亦或怎样的契机才会发生？我不仅对这平凡的纸肃然起敬。Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Good evening, Pittsburgh. I thought I had already seen her in an art exhibition once.
she was all black and white grayscale shots that hid the hunger in her eyes behind the camera's reflection. And I thought, well, I thought she must be beautiful, as though that were all there ever was. A pretty smile, not a hungry mouth, a small waist, never an empty belly. Belle of the ball, but I guess Sade must not have met this queen, because she too is worthy of her own lullaby, own bittersweet #1 hit. Except there's no room here for sorrow. We just go on same as before because someone, and no, we can't quite remember who, but someone promised us salvation is near. And we've been told God gave us these ears so we could hear that salvation is near. She never says this out loud. Never says, this load is not mine to carry, this load is too heavy to carry. Instead, she gets up, wakes the dawn and bathes reflection of self, dark-eyed light of her mother's life, cradles young one on back and walks out back straight. You see, she's raising her young one sweet at a time, living from hand to mouth, where atebe, a cent, rupee, kwacha literally means life. She's been married to poverty for what feels like forever. Been so long since anything felt right, pure, clean, easy, that she can't even remember ever. She's been 18 for 10 years and still counting. Innocence lost 2 babies ago, as though it can be found reclaimed within the ice, barely keeping cool her chosen produce for the day, and not ever in her children's eyes. It seeped into her skin, brown, murky reality has. It's in the way she no longer desires what's not hers. She no longer says, this load is not mine to carry, this load is too heavy to carry. Street vendor sings sweet, sweet melody, while life periodically bends her through its own bittersweet, broken melody. In her world, your reality is a joke. Love, a yoke that chokes till she forgets to laugh. So she barters with her God daily. Yet there are no diamonds on her wish list. You see, some choices are easier to make than others, like bread and milk, bread for milk, bread or milk that comes with no fist. Because on her street, the women still gather and meet to count calories to feed their young ones empty bellies, with sun-baked promises fulfilled on back seats and hidden alleys. Not for fame or fortune, these women have never met either, not for glory neither. These women simply sell what they have, and when there's nothing left, they sell who and what they are. So tonight there will be no sky blue HBO, SABC, NNODS or MTV endorsement of this beat. Only this poetry from Africa streets. There are no timekeepers here, no hi, I'm home, dear. Just life, one heartbeat at a time.
Hi, Pittsburgh. Gracias de corazón. El estallido es una evidencia de la que no podrás librarte una vez ejercida su acción propiciatoria. El estallido. El estallido es una estrella atravesando el nervio. El estallido no se escucha, se presiente como el relámpago. La caída del rayo, su trayectoria, como esquirlas que se incrustan entre el corazón y el estómago. El estallido es una marca indeleble. Si la estrella cae a tus pies, y tú con ella, te llevará años escalar el cráter, volver del humus sagrado entre carbones, y a cada tormenta el pecho te cruzará el pecho con sus estalactitas de nácar. The blast is that voice from within. It's a star coming from the throat that you shall obey blindly. Lineazo eléctrico de la fe. El estallido es una evidencia de la que no podrás librarte una vez ejercida su acción propiciatoria. Son múltiples los estallidos espejeantes en la superficie. Solo la hondura alcanza a demoler la incertidumbre.
¿Qué cosa quiere aquel que quiere aquello que desea?
Quiere el fluido incesante de aquello que al ser será piedra, será piedra, será piedra, será piedra. La carne ardiente, el corazón ardiente, la ardiente carne del corazón, el ardiente corazón hecho carne. ¿Qué cosa quiere aquel que quiere aquello que desea? Y quiero estar y no estar, y quiero estar y no estar al mismo tiempo, como una cuerda que al sonar revienta. En el estallido el presente se esconde tras una fina película. Debes abandonarte a la fuerza centrípeta del remolino. La trituradora de la paradoja está en el centro. Serás devorado hacia territorio desconocido. Black hole. Cambio de piel. Capricho de la química de los cuerpos. Black hole. Black hole. Black hole. Black hole. Gracias.
In the ultimate blues bar, men sip their bitter cocktails, slide damn dollars across the bar, and wheeze in rhythm, resenting the relentless thump of their late-night hearts. They speak fondly of natural disasters, predict how the missing child will be found naked beneath a blanket of dead leaves. Someone pops a quarter in the jukebox, and feet tap to the dirge of downbeats, the been done wrong grunts that slug through the blood like a blind fighter. When a woman rips a man open, this is where he comes to bleed. I should have known she was no good, screams a truck driver from his corner table. I should have seen she was what she was. The circus lights in the jukebox break across his face, fill his toothless mouth with color as he screams the name, Janet! As he curses it up and down the greasy walls, drags it in the muck on the floor in front of his friends. He pulls the name back up on the table, and he tries to slice his wrist with it. He holds the name against his skull and waits for it to scatter his brains. He swallows it and sits dead still so the poison can creep into his blood. He takes the name Janet, and he rocks the room with it. I should have seen she was no good for me. I should have listened to my friends. I should have looked deep into her smoky black eyes and walked out on what they told me, and Janet, and cursing the name over and over and over like he's purging his belly of bad whiskey. He staggers to the jukebox and plays another long, slow song by a blind black man. This is a piece for my husband, who's not here, my friends Ted and Melissa, my friend Tamika, and most of all for John Coltrane. Shudder when I pray. Mama say the Lord enters you in stages, first like a lit match under your skin, then like an animal biting through bone with soft teeth. Mama say lie still and wait for glory to consume you, wrap its way into your map like a lover had his finger on paradise, knew the way with all his heart, then lost it. I always shudder when I pray. So your name must be a prayer. Saying your name colors my mouth, frees loose this river, changes my skin, turns my spine to string. I pray all the time now. Amen. Try not to touch me while I tell this. Try not to run the thick tips of your fingers against my throat while my throat moves telling this story. Don't suddenly squeeze my bare shoulder or travel your mouth along the flat swell of my belly. Whatever you do, don't bite at the hollow in my back. Whisper touch my ankles or match our skin like spoons. Don't punctuate this rambling sentence with your tongue or trace your name on the backs of my legs. Please don't walk the question of your breath along my thighs or draw a map on my quivering breastbone guiding me to you, me to you, me to you, me to you. Do not play me that way. Don't play me that way. The way the sax man plays his lady. Blowing into her mouth until she cries, allowing her no breath of her own. Don't play me that way, baby, the way the sax man plays his lady. That strangling, soft murder. Notes like bullets, riffs like knives, and the downbeat slapping into her. And she sighs. Into her, and she cries. Into her, and she whines like the night turning. Just let me sit here on the bar stool sipping something bitter. Let me cross my legs slow like the colored girls do. And let me feel your eyes go there. Let me feed on glory and grow fat. Meanwhile, lover, let's fill this wicked church with music. Let me lean to the song for once without your mouth on me. The music, a lit match under my skin, and I dance, all legs and thunderous and heels too high. I dance cheap perfume and black nail polish. Shark-skinned congregation, heads pressed, attitudes too tight. Won't scream until it gets to be too much. Won't beg for mercy until I wreck the landscape with my hips. Barstool's filling. Everybody's waiting for the glory to move through me. Rock me with hosannas, shake me with hallelujahs to break these bored bones. They wait for you, supreme love, to pull me up onto the dance floor. Whisper come-ons in my ear, make me kick my heels above my head. High heels above my nappy head. While they wait, I will dance with the sax man. I will shimmer as he presses my keys. Him and me, Boston, we are wicked church. So do not play. Do not play. Do not play. Do not play. Did you hear me tell you do not play me that way? The way I pray to be played. Mama say the Lord enters you in stages. Play me that way. First like a lit match under my skin. Play me that way. Then like an animal biting through bone with soft teeth. Play me. Mama say lie still and wait for glory that way. To consume me that way. Work my keys that way. Work my key. Whoa, wait a minute. Come around here and press that key twice. That felt kind of good. Wait a minute. Don't pay me no mind, lover. I always shudder when I pray. I want the jazz man to craft me a house with walls of wildfire. I want to stand right in the dead center of it and crown my own self queen of that hot territory. I want them to knit me a new pulse of downbeats, hesitations, broken times, Lydians, and rump-diddy-rump-rump-rump-diddy-rump-dum-dum. I want to live recklessly within a skin that smolders. Oh, and I want you to stroll inside. Shrug your top coat off your shoulders, let me loose your tie with my teeth while you whine relentlessly about all this damn steam. I want the jazzmen to irritate me the right way. I want them to get nasty and necessary. They've been in my house. They know what's up. Sorry, baby, you gotta drink your water warm. I can't turn up the air. The damn thing's busted again. You know, I would get you something cool to drink if I could, but it's the craziest thing. Everything that spits out of my faucet seems to be on fire. I want the drummer. I want the drummer to staccato me, to hand me sweltering bricks, one by one, so that we can build this house slowly with purpose. Mesmerized by the blisters on our hands. It's a house with no doors. It's a house with no windows. I don't want to get out. I don't need to get out. I've been a good girl for as long as I can remember. I need to get all the explosions that I deserve. Now the drummer, he might look innocent, but he's got colossal forearms, and he plays with sticks. Drummers pretend to be helping. I'll just be back here in the background, baby. I'll just be hanging out if you need me. But come on, drummer man, fess up. Somewhere along the line, you tapped your way to the locked doors of a woman. And now my heart claims it's forgotten how to beat, waiting on you to remind me of rhythm. You must have held a match to it. You threatened to teach it how to break. You know, drummers are fixated on friction. Steady trying to build those fires where you can't see them, trying to burn stuff and not leave traces. Here you go. Rat-a-tat-tat, darling. You know, I heard about what happened, about that sudden indigo thing that rocked your day breaks. But you know, I was busy. I gotta stay focused. You know, the world got no downbeat without me. Grab me a glass of ice water, will you? Oh, you smelling yourself now. I know you know better. You've been in my house. When the last time you seen ice? You better get to crawling on your belly so you can breathe. Oh, wait a minute. And you know they can't just drum one way. Here he comes. Wiping moist fingers around and around a sweet curve of steel, dizzying us with unleashed heat and wide, wide whispering, softly, you are bringing the confused September sun right down on the top of our heads. We don't wear hats. Damn it, you know the voices of drums weren't meant to bend like that. Drums ain't supposed to have teeth and ambition. How did you teach them that hidden crash of verb and bellow? That's our language. That's our language. Just because we are both contained by skin doesn't mean you had to make those dead things breathe. I know. I'll just be here in the background, baby. But there is no foreground. I'm gonna give you your own room in my new house. The floor is gonna be made out of what you have done to me. It's a melding of downtime and long gone. It's wind snaking its way down a throat. It's the born misery as my boys choke up murderous sparks, turn up the dial, siphon the wet from the air, and they blow, beat, and wail it all with everything they've got in them, and we listen with everything we got in us until our skin is singed in awkward color. They backhand slap us, whirl us around, swearing they'll keep us cool with their hellish hands. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. I want the jazzmen to craft that inferno. Set the surface of a river on fire tonight. Laugh as it tries to put its own self out. They're gonna build me a house I'm afraid to touch. And the bass woman, where's she at? Yeah, see. Bass women are pyromaniacs. Devious mad women who get off burning flat the tips of their own fingers. Extra points if they can make black smoke billow from their riff. If they can set house dogs 10 miles away to howling. 'Cause they woke up something basic in their bellies and introduced them to the noun fever. Now, for the first time, I will reveal what happens to a spine, the spine you thought you owned, when the bass woman's one finger slips down that dry, thick string. There's a ghost of a spark that catches right here. And imagine if a raging wildfire, the kind that leaves history all flat and ashy, imagine if one of those ripped through the map of your body, but stopped to sing to you first. That aching, slow, unwinding, Smokey Robinson kind of singing. So you didn't know or care to know that you were being destroyed. Oh, those bass women are sneaky bastards, snaky bastards, rooting around down there in the gut level, messing around with stuff that ain't been regulated. That thick padded finger poised on the silly string, all it takes is one well-timed pluck and we douse ourselves with gasoline, weeping snotty because we can't find a match. I want the jazzmen to build me a house with walls of wildfire. I want to stand right in the black bullseye of it and crown my own self undisputed queen of that hot territory. Put a tinfoil crown on my head. What you wanna, what you gonna, what you wanna, what you gonna, what you wanna, what you gonna do? What I wanna do? Sit down in a circle of ash and have a good long chat with the sax man. Maybe I can convince him of my hollow. Maybe he'll see fit to blow narrative straight down the column of my body. I was hoping he could plumb each cell with stories my mama pretends to have forgotten. Stories stringed with fatback and red dust. No matter who you are, where you think you come from, the sax man was soundtrack when your mama popped you slick and bloody into this chaos. He made sure that every translation of your name is fire. Saxman taught me where my hips was at and what they was for. Taught me sass and the reasons for whiskey and pork. Nah, I don't want to hear how they hold what they hold like a man holds what he likes to hold. How even when they're not playing that thing, their hands glide all up and down and south to north, north to south. I hear you hissing out there, south to north and north to south, how they name it and bring it to gleam with their fingers. The sax man cometh. The sax man cometh. He burns it down. I want my new house to constantly flicker, to be a perilous light for somebody. I can't hear screams, but I can't see anything. There are no windows, there are no doors. I can't see in, I can't even get in to save myself. The roof is on fire, but the spigots all spit water with flames already in them. I don't know why everybody's trying to douse this miracle. Where else can you build and burn at the same time? I've discovered as the fire gets closer to my core, ain't nothing pure inside me. That's why I'm always running a fever. I want these windpipes, these driven hands, and that string plucker to sing me toward a drunken sleep, knowing full well I may never wake up. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the fire grows wild and creeps along the floorboards, up the walls, until the ceiling droops and falls. I know it sounds different sometimes, but they only know one song. It's just a real long one. They can't stop no heart from cracking. They can't stop no war. They can't even fix what's aching in you. but they can burn it all down so you can start over. I want the jazz men to breathe blaze on me, sizzle and incinerate, singe and scorch, explode on my skin, make me kick the covers off and wail, turn my nappy head to a day in July. I want to be fireworks. In a house with no windows, in a house with no doors, I'm drinking Tabasco straight out the bottle, snacking on habaneros. I'm sipping on unleaded gasoline, living in a house that's getting smaller by the minute. I got 911 calling me for help. Patricia Ann, hello. We're tired of the straight and narrow. Teach us to be our own tragedy. Teach us to constantly glow if it is not getting hot. If you have not clutched the possibilities of your own ashes, then the jazz man and I have not done our jobs. Have you ever had 103-degree temperature and felt the limits of your own core? That's what I'm talking about. I bet you're thinking, here's this woman with a poem or a piece of poem that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Well, I'll be mentioning fire again in a moment in a totally different context, but that's a stretch. So, let's call this the orchestral overture. The preheat oven to 650. The blow hot air into the tube until it pops. I believe that you came here to see what lies beneath what we're showing you, and skin peels off so much easier when it's warm. My band and I come together just to burn like this, just to build something that will leave scars, just to build something you can't get out of. Oliver Lake Steel Quartet.
We're going to do one more short piece. It's called Venus. T on steel pan. Damon Dwight on the drums. Michelle and Degio cello on the bass and vocals. My name is Oliver Lake. Thank you, Pittsburgh. Thank you, Pittsburgh. Thank you. We have CDs outside, so take us home with you.
We want to be free. We want to be joyous. I think tonight said it more eloquently than I could possibly. I want to thank a few people who made this evening possible, and then we'll go our way. First off, I'd like to thank the New Hazlet Theater for being so responsive. We were supposed to be, as you know, on the street, and the crew rallied and put this all together in one day. So thank you. There are a number of people hiding in trucks outside running sound and cutting video. People like Dave Bjornson, Jim Mueller, Angela Bachman, our stage manager now for a number of years, Kristen Kerrigan. They really know how to do this and to pull it off. People came in and just assembled all this. Also, I think you've heard from a number of our staff, Laura Mustio, who really did just a great job this evening. Thank you, Laura. My wife, Diane Samuels, who's doing the next task. She not only makes the trains run on time, she makes them run on time beautifully. And most of all, I'd like to thank you for being such a great audience, coming out here in this kind of weather and being so responsive, opening yourselves up to these experiences and to us. Thank you very much. And tonight as you leave, there are some CDs and there are books out there by Patricia Smith. And please remember us if you feel eleemosynary and want to make a donation. We are a nonprofit. Thank you. See you again soon next year and at a reading in between.
How does he know?